Recording in progress.
I know.
Good. Okay, let's all stand, please.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Yes.
All right, so call to order. And Kathy Rogers. Diane Wagner. Okay. Alrighty. Regular things. Who's reporting? Just Greg
And me.
Ready? Good morning. Billy Sue.
Good morning. I can barely hear you.
Oh my goodness.
Let me put, maybe down
I
the.
have my volume all the way up, but I can barely hear you. I must be doing something wrong.
Yes, I think it might be you. My volume's well.
Okay, we've got it up real loud too, as far as we can go, so. Really. You still having trouble hearing me?
No, I can hear you much better now. Yes.
Okay. All right, I'm skipping right into you, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so, last year's board of directors meeting for the annual budget meeting was on December 6th, 2023. The budget over 10:30 the budget meeting. And so it was working hard. President Kathy Rogers, President Buster, then Diane Wood, Cardillo, Karen Howard, Claire Hanson, and Winnie Young. Motion by the second by to accept the budget in the third, and it's read, all approved. The general discussion, limited questions and discussion. It's most items were covered in the information held on November 16th. Motion to accept the budget for the fiscal year. Approved. Motion by the Marine, second, all approved. We agreed that we were 15. Wagler. Okay, so make a motion. All in favor?
Okay.
Opposed? All right, so this budget meeting, Frank and are not here. But they, his art. Yeah, that's okay. The art, can you hear me? All right, Art, can you hear me? Okay. That was on, yep. All right, Art. So you're here at the meeting as well. I guess the notes, I'm just gonna read what's on here. The notes that I've given in accordance with the Biological Association and the Florida Climate Plan. The Board of Directors of the Association will consider the adoption of the budget for the coming fiscal year, 2005 through December 31st, 2000. Condominium and Condominium Association at the following date, time, and place. So today, the date was Wednesday, December 11th, 2024. The time is 10:30 a.m. The place is Section 2 Clubhouse. Okay, the agenda. The order of business for the meeting is as follows. The reading of the minutes, which I just did. Comment and discussion of unit owners. Okay, everybody should have gotten this either by
Email will stand.
well, email, but we also send out hard copies. Okay, so and this included the proposed budget that we've all been working on, but primarily and I've got to give them a lot of credit because they've spent a lot of time and a lot of effort and a lot of sweat to complete. Diane and Art spent an enormous amount of time trying to get everything organized and verified as to this is the way to go. So that being said, questions?
About the budget.
It looks like we saved money with the garbage. Is that because you guys think that we stopped the commercial people from dumping, or did you change companies, or I just save all
Well,
that money?
We changed companies for the grass, for the landscaping,
Well, I know about that.
okay, and then, and that, we'll be paying less for that, than we were
that
last year.
comes in on-
right? Okay, and we're gonna be paying the same for the trash pickup.
Great.
And now the trash pickup will be done for 1, 2, and 3, not just 1 and 2. Okay, but that will happen after the first of the year.
Okay.
Okay, which is just right around the corner. So that's part of it. But I mean, Art or Diane, if you want to speak pretty much about anything that helped us in any way, or
Not really. I think we did a pretty good job with the budget. We eliminated as much as we could. We're in very good shape, as far as the reserves go, more than we've ever had before. That's a big deal. It positions us very well. And mostly that's due to Art, and I have to give Art credit for that, for getting that loan. I think we're in really good shape on it.
yeah, and we've been very we want to make this the safest place that we can make it in the right way. So we're doing some things that probably should have been done a lot of years ago, just to follow up, okay? But we've got it in a place that we can do with it with the budget by just increasing it by was it $10 for, well, if we approve this is proposed to for this, the 2-bedroom units will go up $10 and the 1-bedroom will go up $9, correct?
401,
Okay, sorry, okay. I apologize, 588 for the 2-bedroom and 410 for the 1-bedroom. There's been so many numbers flying around, so I apologize for that. I just know that we're in good shape. And we were able to keep this and still do the things that we want to do. And do them by using professionals. I mean, a lot of what is going on right now is that Frank has saved us an enormous amount of money. Okay, because he knows where to go, he knows who to talk to, he knows how to talk to them, and he's been able to very frequently reduce the initial estimate was going to be a proposal. Yes. I can't, I was talking.
Kathy, can you hear me?
Can hear you now, yes.
Can anybody, can you hear me, Kathy? It's Art. Can you hear me? This is Art.
Right now.
Okay. I think someone asked the question, like, about the budget, what was different or why we were.
You cut out in the middle of that, so
He's
I'm not,
gone, he's gone.
oh, he's gone. Okay.
Yeah, he'll have to come back in.
All right,
Here he comes back in.
okay, he's coming back in.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay,
you're
you're
back
back.
in?
He's not back on, he has no,
If you can hear me, back in me.
Okay, you're back in now.
Okay, so you can hear me right now?
Yes.
Oh,
Okay, Art, I think you might be too close to your speaker.
you can hear me. Somebody can hear me, right?
Yes, we're hearing you clearly, yes.
Okay, good. Uh, I think someone asked like why we're able to control the budget like this year. Like, I think that's the fruition of like things that we did over the last 3 years, like catching that water leak, the water usage problem we had like a year and a half ago was big. Identifying it and then getting all the things repaired. Otherwise, we'd be looking at, geez, maybe another $35,000 in costs just on utilities. Obviously, somebody talked about the grounds, and their contract did come in lower, but people should know Diane and I thought we should put in a little sludge factor in there, since it is a new year, a new contract. There might be things that they're going to come across that they didn't say, oops, we didn't know we had to do that. So we're even covered there. So we feel we're good on the grounds. The other thing, I think, you and everyone talking to Anthony with the insurance, there's not too much control we have there, but, we're controlling that as much as we can. The flood insurance always looms out there as a major savings for everybody, like $400 a year if, people choose to go that route, but that's it. That's still being included. And the other thing I can't emphasize is what the loan did for us, both in terms of reserves and, giving us the ability to handle most emergencies and planned projects, as well as lowering the overall common charges last year and again this year. So those are the major things. Everything else is, is really peanuts compared to those three things, and we have control over a lot of those other, and doing such a great job checking all the numbers, and we're happy to put out a budget like that. That's it. Unless anybody has questions.
Any questions? Yes. Hold on. Okay, we've got somebody that's coming in on here, so just. Okay. Ready? Well, that was Art that mentioned that, and the reason we bumped it up just because of things that are going on. I mean, we finished the roofs. Some of the roads are gonna, it's lots of little things that we hadn't done this year. That's what
I'm trying to. Okay. That was odd. Okay.
all right, but Art's not there. Oh,
Muted
there
him.
you are. Okay, I see you.
You
Okay,
see.
Art, the question is basically, why are we trying to budget it up a little bit?
Sorry, Art, let me unmute you.
Can you hear me?
The reality, am I okay? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello?
We can hear you, Art.
Hello, we got, I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Experience tells me whenever you're dealing with a new company, a new contract, there's always things that inadvertently or things that come up that might be missed. And we didn't put a tremendous amount in there, not enough to affect the overall scheme of things, but it's prudent to be cautious than to be, just accept the contract as is. So that was our thinking behind it. And I hope we don't have to use it. Let's put it in, we'll carry it over into next year if that's the case.
All right. The other thing that, this is me. Yeah, I'm done. Okay. Part of the frustration that we've had over the last 4 years was brought on by the prior years, when we only went up $3 or $4, then we went up 95. Then we went up $3, and then it went up 45. You know what I mean? That's what we're trying to, right now, are we solid? Yes, we're solid, but there are still things we can't control. The price of anything we can't control. Right now, we can tell you this is what we have to pay right now. But you know what? 2 months from down the road, who knows what's going to happen? It may go up 20%. I don't know how we're going to be affected by tariffs, all that kind of stuff. So that's where we're at right now. That's why we went with the 10 and the 8. We can justify it, but we can also feel comfortable that this is the way that it will probably go. Okay. We're trying to avoid as much as possible, never having that happen again, that we had to go so crazy with the $2 and the, $95 and all that kind of stuff. That's doesn't make sense. So Art and Diane in particular have spent a lot of time figuring out what it is that we need to do. For instance, we have the roofs. The roofs we don't have to worry about. We have to fund them for the future, but we've got 20 good years ahead of us before anybody's going to have to even consider doing the roofs again. That's a major expense that we ended up just taking care of. The roads, parking lots, all kinds of stuff that's happening in here, that we just need to make sure that we're accounting for that. And that's really what this is all about. So it went up some, but not a lot. And the reason it didn't go up a lot is because we're being solid. And again, another is because of Frank, Diane, and Art. They were able to get a really good interest rate on that loan. We're getting interest because we've put it into the Raymond James. And so we're getting interest on that as well as it just sitting there. So we've been using as much as we possibly can of every penny that we have that's in the budget versus going into the reserves. Is that a true statement? Okay. So that's why we're keeping the reserves is still staying steady. Yes.
The cable. Now, do we have a long contract with them still, or?
We have hot wire, yeah. I know. I think we have 4 years left.
Another 4 years.
4 years.
Because it's been cutting out a lot. There's issues, but I don't know if anybody else is experiencing that. But why? This is my question.
Well, they're updating. You should be getting emails telling you that they're updating. Okay.
It's been going on for quite a while. So I don't get what's going on.
Okay.
Have you called Hotwire in regards to the problem?
No.
Okay, you should call their customer service and tell them what's going on. Sometimes some tech will come out. If not, you can check the wires outside. I had an issue with about 6 people. I don't know why. There was some kind of fiber optic issue. They came to my house. They spent an hour and a half going through, got back and forth with the tech, some Hotwire. They did what they needed to do. It was not fixable from that day. They had to upgrade it to expedited it to, it was a fiber optic issue going to my unit and to these 600 units. It was fixed, taken care of, they came and said it's done, and it was done.
Did they charge you?
No,
Oh.
it was not my issue. And again, when I made the thing, they said it could be $99 if it's your issue. I said, that's fine, I don't have my video on my internet. They came out, it was done, and it was done perfectly. Okay. I did not have an issue at all. But you need to call them, and for some reason, You call them and you don't hear from them for 2 days and they say, oh, we can't schedule you for a week. Yeah, you probably should say, wait a minute, that's way too long. See why it's taken, it should not take a week for a work order to go in for them. But you need to call customer services, nothing's gonna get them, they won't know unless you call them. Okay, that's what, I've had good luck.
I just wonder how many people will be going to that, because, was there any consideration for a different cable company in the future? I don't know, who can predict? But, this has been going on with them, you know, and it's like, oh.
Yeah, no, I haven't had an issue, I've called maybe 2 times in the last however many years we've had it, yeah.
Okay, Diane.
Same thing, they called and had to upgrade the thing in the laundry room.
I need to interrupt both of
sorry.
you. This is not a budget issue.
Oh,
This
that's
is
right,
not
you're right,
next
you're
week.
right, you're right.
We're only gonna talk about budget.
I have a question, they cut off the fertilizing, the mulch, and the lake treatment. What are we gonna do about that? That'll be in extras, because what they put in there was a figure that we would never use. And I told the guy, I said, you can't, he said, well, at the end of the year, you get it back, I said, not the way the contract reads, so they changed that around. That's not in the budget, so how, where's the extra?
It is in the budget, it's on extras.
What page?
Page 1, 5099 ground, line 2. 5105, on extras.
Okay, 25,000.
Yeah.
12,000, 25,000.
Correct. But
Well, you get a lot of stuff done for nothing, because we don't need charging for it. So that's why this is coming, they're gonna charge for everything that goes on.
because Greg, look at the total, the bottom
Yeah,
line, that's what
exactly.
matters. We went from 202 to 159.
Right.
I just wondered how it's just distributed.
Still get the same amount of stuff we get.
Well, we're never gonna get what we had with Cliff. Don't ever expect that, that's not gonna happen. But we went, on the contract from 185 to 132, that's 50,000 right there. And then, so 12 to 25 is not a bad increase. I mean, and listen, everything's an estimate, nobody knows what's gonna happen. You know, they may come in with no extras, which I doubt, I expect we'll have plenty. And hopefully it's under 25,000, but that's a big difference, 202 to 160. That's what's lower.
Well, also understand something, that Cliff does a lot of favors. Okay, a lot of favors for all of us. So we can't expect this new landscaping company to come in here and do the same thing. You know, if you want to plant flowers in your wherever, you're gonna have to dig the hole to put the flowers in, whereas before he would dig them, put them in and all that kind of stuff. Not necessarily all the time. If you have trouble with your budget, your bushes, that's a different story. Unless, you know, so it's just, are we gonna have to get used to some things that'll be different? Yes. And I want to address this now because I don't want people thinking that we've been blessed with having Cliff and Marty. Really, really blessed, and we're gonna miss them terribly. But the fact of the matter is that the contract that we have with Down to Earth is a solid contract. We're getting the same, if not more, concrete tasks that they're gonna perform for us, okay? Whereas it was a favor in the past with Cliff, so, or Marty, you know, I mean, anytime, just the other day I said to Marty, can we have somebody cut bushes in my, because they're almost coming, going over my door this way. And, you know, he sent somebody over. Now I'm gonna have to fill, it's not just gonna be, hey, Marty, can you send somebody over? Now it's going to be, here's a form to fill out, which is what we do anyway. But I mean, I can give it verbally to him, and then what I do is then I write it out and I put it there, and when we get it back from him, we file that as well. So we're keeping track of everything this way, but it's just been more casual. And for the time being, right now, it's gonna have to be, we're gonna have to make sure that we have a work order that is gonna be filled out and all of those things, not just a phone call or, hey, by the way, while somebody's walking by, can you do this for me? You know, it's gonna be in writing, and that's gonna be different, but I mean, that's, I don't think surprising, you know,
We were here discussing with the contract, They mentioned electronic invoices, we could email what you wanted done.
That's gonna be, that'll be phase two. We're not gonna do it right away, because we've got enough right now, believe me, on our plate to be going through that. We're just not ready for it. Okay, and they're fine with that. They're fine with, using the paper instead. So,
Another question that we have on the garbage. Are they still gonna maintain the garbage area? Because that really gets taxed.
that's,
Because people bring in so much
POA
bulk stuff.
business.
I know.
And they
Okay.
throw it in there. Same way with garbage, they just throw garbage in there. So that's up to the resident, if they want to keep it clean.
All right, that's a POA responsibility.
That's.
I thought that was garbage.
Yeah. No, I just wanna, this is good time to, to spread the word, okay? It's, there's no reason not to expect good service from Down to Earth. There's no reason to not expect from Cliff the same service that we get picking up our trash. He's picking up section 3, which he wasn't doing before unless they had a problem. So it might be a little bit longer before, if you, instead of getting picked up at 8:15, you might be being picked up at 9, but it will be in the morning, so, and I have to say it again too, and I know we're going off track and I apologize, Diane, but, please, I don't think anybody here has, put their trash out early, but we've had a couple of instances where they've gone out at midnight, and in the morning, there's trash all over the place, and, so just not before 7 o'clock. Until
Who's doing the trash now? Is it the new
Cliff,
people? Is Cliff still doing it?
Cliff's still gonna do it.
Even though he's, even though he retired.
Yeah, well, that's the only thing he's gonna do. He's not gonna do any of the landscaping at all. He's just going to do the trash pickup. Yeah. We good? Okay, so I guess we make a motion, we need to,
Budget,
I second that.
okay, all in favor? Aye.
Are you there?
Art, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, give us a thumbs up if you're, okay, all right,
Definitely.
okay, all right, okay, so Frank's not here, but all the rest of us have 6 of us have said yes. Okay, so if that's the case, we can adjourn.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
I have something I'd like to say just to the people, now that we're adjourned from the budget, okay. I've already checked with some people to verify the phone numbers and the email. But maybe 4 or 5. If I had not asked you this, as of this morning, just please stay an extra few minutes if you do not have an appointment, so I can just verify what I have, if that's okay. I've already done this way, so I've done several people here, so if you can just wait just for a minute, so I can just double verify what I have on my list.
You want to do the Zoom people first? You want to do the Zoom people first? Okay, all right. Zoom people, you're exempt, it's quite all right. So, bye-bye, everybody.
Oh, I forgot one thing to say. If you're going into the pool and you smell the chlorine, make sure that you take a shower when you get out. We've had some animals that have been going in there and doing their business, okay? As soon as we know about it, we get somebody in, Paul comes in, he cleans it up right away. But it's just that they have to, double dose it with the chlorine and whatever. So if you come in, make sure you're taking a shower afterwards, because all your bathing suits will be all bleached out, okay, so.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you for being on. Thank you. Thank you. Take care. Happy holidays.
You'll see them next
Yes.
Wednesday. Hopefully.
do.
If you're in the-